Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
We're just a couple of kooky, crazy kids in love that love reacting to some Destiny.
Yes, we do.
So this is Destiny 2 Season of Plunder, Pirate Season. And if you want all of our reactions for Destiny, we got a playlist for you in the description of this video. You can get caught up on all of our reactions. And if you want early ad free access, you want to jump ahead, then you can also check out Patreon, links in the description of this video, or hit the little join button down below. Join YouTube membership.
Yeah.
So do you want to jump ahead? Do you want to go back? We got you covered.
We got you covered.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you did like the forward, the back. So
visual representation helps, you know. Just so, yeah.
I was
we have a large international audience, so sometimes not everyone's gonna have native English speakers. So this helps.
Does help. Yes, definitely.
Universal. This is universal science.
Yes.
All right. I feel like I need to. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Place the relic.
Your last raid yielded a surprising fragment of intel. This was found in the pirate hideout, along with the relic.
You forget your place, Erix. I am no longer the ship stealer. I am a Kel, and your obedience is my right.
Ooh. Okay.
The relic as agreed, and I will overlook your attempts to extort me. Do it, or face the wrath of a power you cannot imagine.
Bring
I
it.
believe Aramis Kel references the witness. Perhaps
Of course
she
she does.
really has abandoned her calls for Elixni unity.
She's definitely drank the witness Kool-Aid and all about it. Thinks the witness is going to give her super strength.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work out the way she thinks it's going to.
Guardian, we have new readings. Aramis' fleet moves across the system, pursuing relics of power. Summon your crew. And a request, please. As a favor to me,
Okay.
do not involve Ido in your violence against the old crews. She is brave and curious, but does not yet understand the brutality of the world.
She can't shelter her forever.
There are pain truths in our history.
And she studies history. She's going to find out
I should
eventually.
have told her earlier, before all this.
Better late
I
than
must
never.
learn before I can teach, and for that I need time.
Okay.
Disrupt Aramis' crews and stop
much
her from
time?
collecting the relics.
The longer you put it off, the
Some
worse it's going to be.
mistakes must remain in the past.
Nothing stays buried forever.
It's true. That's why there are zombies.
Got a good tip on some loot buried around here. Let's
Of course you
secure
do.
the dig site.
Our drill will attract attention. Be ready for battle.
Race.
Calm your mandibles. We got a hero of the Vanguard here to protect us. We got what we came for. Let's get off this cubic hellhole.
So soon. Oh, I was hoping the tour of the Exodus Black. A vintage AI like Failsafe must be a treasure trove of Golden Age information.
I guess, but talking to Failsafe is like teaching a thrall to play harmonica. More trouble than it's worth.
Do you think I ever tried to teach a harmonica? Like, so he speaks from experience?
Sure.
I think that's lore.
Yeah.
That's canon.
There should be a cutscene for that.
Bringing down these pirate lords.
At least at the end of this.
I think the rest are terrified. Here, you'll face Tabal and Fa'ern with 4 cleavers between them. Strong arm and a sharp edge. They always think that's the only thing they need.
You need a strong mind.
Watch those cleavers. We don't want to tire out your ghost.
like spider sounds different.
Mithrax hasn't told you any more about these relics, has he? I suppose it's need to know. And Mithrax knows.
Spider, why are you using a secure channel? Did my father tell you to do so?
Clever scribe. No more flattery? Well, Mithrax asked me to keep you at arm's length. Perhaps he doesn't want you mixing in with our...
I feel like the spider wanted you to find this
business.
channel.
Were those his exact words?
Only a guess. Who can say? And after all,
Yep.
who am I to question the Count?
Spider, I will find out what's going on here.
He wants you to. He's pissed at Mithrax bitch slapping him.
There are questions my father refuses to answer. Have you seen him act this way before? You two were friends once.
Even if Mithrax had friends back then, I wasn't among them. I couldn't possibly speak to his behavior.
You were being evasive.
Oh, evasive? I prefer to think of it as coy. Well then, your father was unpredictable. We could have had everything we wanted if he listened to me, but he always knew better. Look at him now. Cal of a house, holed up inside the city. Picking over ruins, pretending he's content in the shadow of the great machine.
We were offered scraps and we took them.
Oh, is that ingratitude I hear?
I do not call the truth ingratitude, but enough of who my father is. Who was he?
I expected this from Spider, but not from you.
I am simply performing my duties as scribe of House Light. I will gather knowledge regardless of who would keep it from
Exactly.
me.
You had to know that about her.
Ruckus, I told you not to speak of this. Do I have to dock your tongue?
Father!
Starting to see about who he was.
I apologize for the Kel's behavior.
Apology accepted. I see now. You're afraid little Ida will take off those rose-colored glasses. Such a delightful human face. And what will she see when she looks at you then? Do not speak to my daughter again.
Have faith that she'll realize
Don't worry about
you
me.
changed, you're wrong.
No, I'm not
Better
the
now.
only one who remembers.
Better listen.
Sooner or later, she'll learn the truth. But I'm sure it will all work out. After all, what is it you say? The light provides.
And he says it so sarcastically, like you do. Man. Shit stir, Spider.
Oh yeah.
Can't be smarts.
Hey there, Captain. Figured I'd better take over while Mithrax is preoccupied. I heard he's dealing with some family issues. From what I could gather, he tried to shut Ido out from all this pirate business. Might have lost his temper. Definitely lost face. Poor Ido. What do they say? Never meet your heroes? Kinda tough when your hero's your dad.
Yeah.
No surprise to me, Mithrax has got some secrets. Everybody's got something that keeps him up at night. I'm sure they'll work it out. Folks have a way of putting aside their differences when the world's at stake. Just look at me and Zavala. Or me and Ikora. Or me and... anybody, really.
I
kept this part quiet. I think half of those pirate lords didn't know what they had to begin with. They knew these things were powerful, but not why. Crack one open and you'd find a finger bone or a knot of old hair. Strong stuff. Smells awful.
I bet.
Ask me how I know. I've been holding on to them, but I figured you might want them.
Why?
I thought to myself, you know who might like something strange and unsettling? Eris Morn.
A gift, then?
Yeah, for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Moondust.
Moondust.
Call it a gift.
The sentiment is appreciated. But no. You know what you possess. These relics are not simple curiosities to be hoarded. They might serve a greater purpose.
And what's that?
Am I your conscience? Discover this for yourself. They are reliquaries, objects of great power.
Reliquaries.
The darkness moves just beneath its skin. Do you feel it? It ruptures, flows, envelops.
Ooh, I like listening to you talk.
And I enjoy your silence.
Yes, I'm so glad we got them two together.
Yeah,
Play so well off of one another.
they really do.
I've been trying to determine what exactly is inside these reliquaries, but I dare not open them. The resulting surge of darkness energies would have unforeseeable effects on my physiology. However, I did manage to secure a centuries-old Vanguard mission report from the Cryptarchy. The reporting Guardian said that Elixni crews were infighting over what he called, quote, chunks of rotting meat. The report is of dubious quality, but it did make me wonder if the relic could be biological in nature.
Why do I have a fear that she's gonna open up one of those things? Like by accident, one of them's gonna get opened up and she's gonna change.
That would.
Yeah.
Guardian, as you prepare for your next voyage, know that I will continue to assist in the conflict against Aramis.
You know I do.
I had words with Mizraxkel concerning his recent behavior. He explained he wished to shelter me from the violence displayed by Aramiskel's crews. I said one does not protect by forbidding exposure. There is no safety in ignorance. I told him plainly that I will not be sheltered. As the Guardian Credo states, devotion inspires bravery, bravery inspires sacrifice. The unspoken line that follows is why I will remain on the radio. Now, we must continue to pursue the relics Aramis seeks. Board your ship and let us begin.
I heard you were in the Cosmodrome.
Hey, say 14.
A successful operation. We have. When our mission concludes, I will call on yourself and Osiris again. How is he?
Yeah.
Osiris is still not well. But I have a feeling he can sense what goes on around him. It would comfort him to hear you. We will do what we can to aid his recovery. Until we return, my friend.
The Beast Tamer.
Hero. Spider said he needed my help again.
I said no such thing. The Guardian has proven quite efficient at removing these thorns from our sides.
Well, this thorn's got teeth. Lots of them. Big and pointy.
An Elixni obsessed with those disgusting Cabal war beasts goes by the name Alax.
Hey, war beasts ain't so bad if you remember to feed them.
Oh, I've seen what they eat. Too much trouble for the cost.
Something's wrong. Whoever came through here cleaned this place out.
Made our job easier.
Another gang. Scabs bold enough to assault a hideout for its treasures.
Nah, this outfit is organized, efficient, and almost as deadly as the Guardian.
I wonder if our pirate lord is still with us.
Pirate Lord, sweet. Here we go.
You ain't that survived for a little while longer.
Big ass rat.
I don't know. But it was some kind of animal.
Oh, those are the hounds. The beast tamer. Okay, yeah, makes sense. All those beasts are around. Keep chucking grenades at him. I don't know what's with all the lightning. Like, it's just placed like little orbs around or something. That was pretty cool.
Whoever tried to take that pirate lord down first, they didn't get the relic. But these interlopers managed to take out half this crew.
Did they want the relic? Or just a little bloodshed? Whoever they are, they make powerful enemies.
Yeah, us too.
I have just spoken with Drifter. He says another force assaulted Aramis's pirates. If you and Aramis are not the only ones searching for the relics, I fear this is beyond my control. I believed we could collect the relics and contain that power, keep them safe. Guardian, there are details I have kept from you. From everyone.
Yeah, I know.
I
I want those details for a while.
must ask for the gift of your patience. I will find an answer. I will. Trust me for a moment longer. I beg you.
You literally have 60 seconds. You asked for a minute, you get 60 seconds.
Harsh, but
I feel like he's stringing us along.
Mithras, my friend, I hear you clash swords with pirates now, and fight alongside strange crew.
The Saint has heard correctly. I wish it had not come to this. I do not enjoy it. To see Alexei fight and die for scraps of power. These bring to mind old memories. A past I wish to forget. It is a shameful one.
but when you will tell us eventually.
I am not one to speak of shame.
Your minute's up.
I carry my own. That you forgave me for what I did to your people speaks to your strength. I can only do the same for you.
Your grace is appreciated. House Light and its Kell thanks you. But how is Osiris?
He sleeps. I wait for him.
He will wake. I know stories of the Phoenix. Osiris will rise from this as well.
Your words mean much to me, my friend.
Guardian, we intercepted another of Aramis Kell's transmissions. This time to the Pirate Lord Alax.
It is finally time for the Elixir to take their rightful place in the Sol system. We've struggled for too long under the brute heels of others. Hive and Cabal rain artillery down upon us. The Vexed steal every last scrap for themselves, and the light bearers hunt us for sport. But no longer. This system will soon enter a new age, one of Elixni prosperity. Be sure you're on the right side of it, Alax.
I wonder what the witness promised Aramis Gell in exchange for the relics. Clearly it was a persuasive offer.
I'm gonna think it's something like unlimited power.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. When people are in power, money, immortality.
Good old-fashioned greed.
Maybe it was a puppy.
Guardian, Ido has taken action that may endanger us all. She sent a message to Aramis. She invoked a ritual from the old crews, words with empty hands. It is a type of parley where no violence is permitted. Ido believes Aramis will follow the rules of her people.
Yeah, she won't.
I am not so trusting.
Good.
Yep.
Should
Because maybe you didn't in the past.
I would ask that you accompany us. In the meantime, continue the fight. This may be a ploy, and we must not be fooled. I hope that she ignores Ido's request, but if she does not, know this.
I will rip her fucking throat out.
Aramis does nothing that is not to her benefit. A word can do more damage than a blade, and Aramis is skilled at wielding both.
He's really afraid of what she'd say to his daughter. Pirate treasure!
Well done, Guardian. I do not wish to quell this victory, but we must not linger here. Ever since we dispelled the endless night, I feel an unease near the Vex domains.
Uh-oh. The Vex put a target on your back?
I'm afraid so. Splicers are no longer welcome here.
Well, a hero's only as strong as his enemies. That makes you a certified superstar.
Guardian, I greet you in the light. I hoped we could speak. Secure the relic, and we shall do so. You face an Elixni who has amassed a great many followers. They are willing to throw their lives away for his protection. But I do not know if it is out of loyalty, fear. His name is Arask. Be careful.
The punch.
Yeah. You're satisfied.
Yep. That reminds me more of Doom.
Yeah.
How you played it. Not as violent as Doom.
Arask will not confront you until he has exhausted his underlings. Be ready, Guardian.
Take down the bully. Get the bully. Done. Done and dusted.
What needs Mizraxkel told you is true. I've called for a parley with Eramiskel. I do not know if she will agree to it, but I had to try. I have never seen Mizraxkel so frightened. I don't know why. I know he is not afraid of Aramis.
He's afraid of you finding out the truth.
Scribe Ido, this is Eramiskel of House Salvation. I will respect the old traditions.
Of course.
I agree to your request.
Thank you, Eramiskel. I look forward to our meeting.
As does she.
So you say. But know this. A parley will not delay your house's destruction if you continue to stand in my way.
These negotiations are going to go
I hope that we
great.
can reach an understanding.
Do not waste my time.
Yeah, what do you think you're going to go in there and... Hey, how about you don't kill us? All right, then get out of my way. We're not going to. Okay, I'm going to kill you. End of discussion. What neutral asteroid?
You taught me to honor Elixni tradition. Eramiskel agreed to parley. You cannot lose faith in the old ways now.
This is a mistake, Ido. Aramis listens to one voice only, and it is not ours.
The witness.
I may draw power from the voice in the darkness. But I am an Elixni Kel, and I fight for the liberation of our people.
A true Kel serves their house. You serve only the witness.
And who do you serve? I agreed to meet with Elixni, not a light bearer.
The Guardian is here for your protection.
Oh.
Eramiskel, as scribe of House of Light, I feel compelled to tell you, there is another force searching for these relics.
I see. And who are these new meddlers exactly?
Don't know.
One of many you have
Oh.
wronged, perhaps.
We did not identify the force, but they dispatched your associates with ease. We have in them a common enemy.
We have always had a common enemy. Abandon your pathetic attempts to appease your oppressors.
Warning shot.
Together we'll use these relics to achieve true freedom for the Elixni.
You don't have to repeat them. You're going to be serving the witness.
The relics pose too great a threat. They cannot fall to warmongers like you.
None know of the destructive power better than you,
Here it
Mizrax.
comes.
What do you mean?
It was centuries ago. I am no longer that person.
No, you are the same as ever.
I want to know the truth. Will I have to hear it from her?
Yeah, dude.
You can't delay it any longer.
Probably want to tell her. Better she hear it from you.
Centuries ago, when the Elixni first came to this system, when your father was just a hatchling, our people had nothing. So, when they discovered Nezarec, disciple of the Witness, entombed in the lunar pyramid, they harvested its dark power for themselves,
Because what could go wrong?
Yeah.
the future of our people. Mizrax inherited one of these relics, and its power ensnared him.
So it wasn't his fault. He wasn't himself.
Sought more, no matter the cost.
Ooh. It's a cool image.
But the more his crew had, the less they shared. That became the way of things. Elixni turned against Elixni, and friend turned against friend.
You said good old-fashioned greed.
Over time, the relics of Nezarec were separated and scattered across the galaxy. Their influence faded, but the stains of their power endure. Mithrax fled from the butchery he was born into. He claims he has changed and now lives a life of piety.
Sound a bit
No
like a
matter how
skeptic.
he tries to bury his past with selfish displays of generosity and scraps of stolen wisdom,
Selfish displays of generosity.
Yeah.
Mithrax will always be a liar, a thief, and a killer.
So you don't believe in second chances. Is what I'm hearing.
Or forgiveness.
Yeah. So am I going to shoot anybody or what?
Open your eyes, young scribe. Every light casts a shadow.
Idol, please. Let me explain.
Give her some time, dude. Give her some time. Process it all.
So I'll just wait here for you guys then.
It's not every day you find out your dad was a mass murderer. Corrupted by darkness.
Mithrax Kell of House Light. My father, a murderer, and a liar.
Don't forget Thief too.
Yeah.
Learning the truth is difficult, but the sharpest pain comes from the fact that he didn't tell me earlier. I was aware he had a past, but in a way, Aramis Kell showed me who my father is today. And who he sees when he looks at me. He must think I am unable to understand, or he doesn't care whether or not I do.
No, it's the first one.
I am either underestimated or dismissed. And I could take only one lesson from this. My own father does not want me to know him.
He was ashamed of
that
himself.
version.
Priorities have not
Yeah.
changed. We must stop Aramis from claiming the relics of Nezarec. I will not place my own feelings above our mission. I will not become the hypocrite that my father is.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. But I don't think those are like the options. I mean, it's, like I said, she's hurting, but I don't think she's looking at it the right way.
I did not have to hear it from her. That was your choice.
True, kept delaying it.
That was not a story Aramis had any right to tell.
Did you believe that I would never find out? That no one would remember? I'm charged with preserving the history of our people.
Exactly, that's what I never understood.
History does not need to be preserved.
All history should be preserved.
Whirlwind. So much was lost. So much we will never recover.
Seem to learn from the
no matter how much we
atrocities.
search, no matter how much we remember. Is that what
She's gonna make the
wish
same
to happen
mistakes.
to us now?
You do not understand.
I want to understand. You will not let me.
You do not know what I know. You did not see what I saw.
There it is.
I pulled you from the wreckage of a catch. I knew that you deserved more than the world that orphaned you. I want you to look forward, not to what the whirlwind made us. You do not need to carry this history.
It is a part of me, whether I witnessed it or not. I don't want to look away, and I don't want to forget.
You do not know what you ask.
She's just asking for the truth.
Perhaps not, but nothing good comes from refusing to face
Yeah.
the truth.
She doesn't know what effect it'll have on her, but she's brave enough to face it.
Our parlay with Aramis Kell has changed
you wanna
everything.
know?
Though not in the way I had hoped. I understand the relics now. The potency of their darkness, and Aramis Kell's use of the old pirate crews to hunt them. Even my father's reticence. But this is not about the House of Light. This is about the mysterious disciple. The many tombs of Nezarec are well known, though the being itself is less thoroughly documented. I will delve into the Cryptarchy's records and see what I can uncover.
Man, a lot to unpack there at the end.
Yeah.
So I think that like Mithrax, it's not that he doesn't think that she will be able to understand or that he doesn't care. I think it's more the fact of like, just good old fashioned shame of who he was. And it's tough. I mean, especially we don't have kids.
We have fur kids.
Yeah, we have fur babies, but like when somebody loves you and looks at you like, you don't want to lose that. You don't want to lose their love. And like, you don't want to lose her admiration, like in her thinking that he was a good person, because it's kind of like one of those things where Mithrax probably is holding all that shame and that guilt and hates himself for it, for who he was, wants to believe that he's not that person anymore. And his daughter sees him as the person he wants to be. So by telling her all this past, he's afraid that she's going to look at him differently, and he's no longer going to see that. Like, he's only going to see what he sees in the mirror, which is the terrible person that he was. And, if his daughter doesn't have that love and admiration for him, then I feel like he's afraid that he'll lose that as well, and he'll, I don't know, maybe fall back into the bad person he was, or believe that he couldn't change, and he is a terrible person, and has like face that. Like it's tough. So I think like that's more the thing than not thinking that she won't be able to understand it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. My only sort of like counter argument to that would be to be able to tell her, and sure, she may look at him differently, certainly initially, because the shock of the truth is going to be there. To be able to know him as a whole person, the good with the bad, and still be able to love him and still be able to admire him, that love and admiration is worth 20 times as much as love and admiration for the person who only knows like 1/4 of who you are. We all want to be loved fully for who we are in our entirety.
Exactly.
That means the good with the bad. That means the shameful moments and the positive moments, and that we are, essentially that whole package. And somebody who can love that whole package, that is everything. Like, that's the most meaningful love that you can have, in my opinion.
I totally 100% agree with that. I wasn't saying that I think Mithrax is right in the way he approached it.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah. What you said is absolutely true. And you start to lose, like, I mean, that is kind of the fear of commitment and, a long-term relationship, right? Is in the beginning, it's that puppy love, and you both see the best of each other, and you're always like wearing your best, looking your best, and you both like each other make feel amazing, and
on
then
your best behavior,
and then as you get like more and more involved and spend more time with each other, then little things are gonna creep up,
you get
and
more comfortable.
Yeah, and like you're afraid of seeing like, okay, what if they know this part of me, like. What's going to happen? What's going to happen when she sees my comic book collection? Is she... But yeah, and so it is one of those things. But once you do, and it's tough because sometimes you're going to share that, and it is going to change the way someone sees you, and maybe they won't look at you the same way, and that connection that you had with them isn't the same, and so that is the risk. But like you said, when you find people in your life, and especially like, someone that you want to spend your rest of your life with, your spouse, and you're able to share all that, and they accept you, not only accept it, and sometimes also like the things that you think are flaws, they like find endearing about you. And so then like that's just such a weight off of your shoulders once you finally are able to experience that, because you're like, you no longer have to like worry about, I don't know, the person not loving you for any little flaw or anything like misstep that you have taken or you might take in the future.
We're social creatures, right? Like, we do want to be liked. We want people to want to spend time with us. That's not to say that like we should want it to the point of changing who we are or being desperate for it. Like, that's unhealthy. But there's a very natural social component of our like DNA that wants to be liked. And sometimes it starts with just liking yourself and loving yourself. And sometimes that's the toughest work. Because then once you have that for yourself, you have more bravery to share yourself fully with another person.
Moving on to what he said there towards the end, which is like he didn't want to share the history because he was afraid it would change her as far as like fill her with that rage and that hate and that darkness that he had, which is kind of, it's one thing going through it and experiencing that way versus sort of hearing about it. I don't want you to have the hatred that I had, so I don't want you to know about this because, you know, I want you to have a better life and a better path forward and like, let's leave the past be. But one, like that's not his daughter. His daughter is scribe of history. That's what she enjoys. That's what she wants to know. Like not only is like her job, but I think it's her passion.
Yeah.
And so he's got to know that, you know, she's going to find out she's going to keep investigating no matter what. It reminded me of the, I don't know, it's like comic strip or whatever that you had talked about before, where the parents are like mean to their kid or whatever, and then the kid like casts like a shadow, or it's like raining or whatever, and then like a storm cloud, and then that gets passed on to the next kid, and that's like their storm cloud, and then like another parent is like the final parent's like holding like an umbrella or whatever and blocking it, and it's like,
yeah, it's basically the idea is you break the pattern. Like often bad behavior and like cruelty or unkindness, those things are often passed down because they get experienced at home first and then they move on. So like one parent who is experiencing that at home grows up, passes it down to their child, and it's depicted as a storm cloud that goes from one generation to the next until it finally gets to the parent that says, no, I'm going to choose not to parent my child this way. I'm going to break this pattern because it made me unhappy. And their visual is holding an umbrella. So now the storm cloud just passes over without impacting the child. So that child then gets to go on free of the storm cloud.
So in one way, it feels like that's what Mithrax is trying to do, right? He's trying to break the pattern. But I think it's different from when you're like passing it down on that person through your treatment of them versus just giving them like a history, like talking about your backstory and like, you know, and about yourself. And about the history, like just also the history of your people. I think there's a little bit of a difference there, but I can see why Mithrax doesn't want her to know, and like it just made me think of that strip. And it's like, oh, he's trying to protect her from the rain cloud. He's afraid that if he tells her this, like, you know, the rain cloud is going to come in. Like, so he's been trying to protect her from this.
Part of like I think a good relationship is being able to trust the other person with hard truths. Ido, as you said, studies history. She's gonna find out eventually. So share it with her openly. Trust her with the ability to hear it, process it, and that will do much better than her discovering it some other way and then having to question you about it and feeling like you hid it from her, because that's always gonna make it feel a lot worse. Like if you feel like somebody's lying to you or has hidden something from you, you're far more suspicious about what the reality is than if somebody shares openly with you and says, hey, I'm not proud of this. But you should know about it. Like, this is what happened. And also that should be our history in general, I think. Like, we shouldn't pick and choose what pieces of history we want to learn because they make us look good. We need to learn all of history. We need to learn the good with the shit. And there's plenty of shit. But if we don't learn about it, then we can't learn from it. And we have to trust ourselves to be able to think critically and to be able to learn the lessons that history has to teach us so that we don't keep repeating them over and over again.
So I think, especially after last season of The Haunted, but like I think it's been like this for a while. Instead of being called the Guardian, we should be called the Therapist. And because like our character just sits in on all these just complex relationships of everyone else like within this world. And I mean, not that our character hasn't gone through some shit, but a lot of it is, that's what I like so much about Destiny is, I mean, Mithrax, again, a character we've gotten to know, like, has shown up here and there, and got character we've gotten to know better. I wasn't as invested as like, I am in this season, especially like between him and his daughter. Like, we were invested in them. Yes, in the season like where they come on our protection, and what's her face, Lakshmi gets corrupted by the darkness and everything. Like, that's where like kind of where we got more established with them. But it's not like I went into this thinking like, oh man, I can't wait to understand the relationship between Mithrax and his daughter Ido. Like, I really hope that's what the season's about. But I mean, it's really interesting, and comes up with like a great discussion. And so like it deals with a lot of relatable issues.
And I'm just gonna shout out, I absolutely love that we got Eris Morn. And
I was waiting for you to say that. Yeah.
Yes, I mean,
And the Drifter. Yeah.
Their banter just makes me happy, and like him being kind of like coy or flirty with her, and then her being like, thank you for this, but like, you know, she's so super serious, and she's so like in the spiritual realm with the Destiny world of like, oh, but I can feel the darkness emanating, like, can't you? I mean, like, that's her polar opposite of Drifter. So getting the two of them together is just, it's fun.
I feel like the Drifter thinks it's a challenge. She's like, I'm gonna break her down and get her to laugh, get her to smile, and get her to love.
He's made it his life mission to get Eris Morn to laugh. We have never heard her laugh. This would be a first. So yeah, that is a worthy challenge for the Drifter to go on.
I feel like she wouldn't laugh. She would just say, that is amusing.
Yes.
That amused me.
Exactly. I think so.
So let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want early ad-free access to our reactions, then check out the description of this video for a link to Patreon, or hit the little join button down below this video. You can also hit our YouTube membership up that way.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for seeing our reaction for Destiny Season of the Chosen, or Season of Plunder, sorry, which keep in mind.
That our reaction is definitely not definitive.